Have you ever wondered what collectors are actually buying behind the scenes? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm your host, Lawrence, over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and today, of course, the Real Hot 10. The 10 hottest comic books of the week, every week. What I do in this video, I take 10 books of the Key Collectors app runners-up list, we break them down, we talk about some amazing sales, and of course, I give you the key talking points about every book. But before we get started in today's video, I want to say thank you to our sponsor of today's video. So I get asked all the time, Lawrence, where do you get all those classic cartoon and comic book t-shirts you're always rocking in your videos? Like this Joker t-shirt in the perfect Kelly green, matching the Joker's iconic green hair. Easy. 80stees.com. They're stocked with your favorite cartoon, movie, music, and video game inspired t-shirts from the 1980s, 90s, 2000s, and today. If you're a horror movie buff, they got you covered. If you want to drop the elbow from the top rope like me, they got you covered. Hell, if you just want to rep a vintage brand that you remember as a kid, they got you covered. Whether you want to be the hero, the villain, or just love nostalgia like me, 80stees.com is your one-stop shop for all your vintage tees. You have the power. A big shout out to 80stees.com. Go check them out. And with that said, let's get into this week's Real Hot 10. Starting us off this week at number 10 is Superman number 57. Published in 1948 by DC Comics, this Golden Age Supes features Lois Lane appearing on this beautiful yellow cover as Superwoman, an instant classic. It makes the Real Hot 10 this week with an all-new high sale in a CGC 2.5, selling for only $550, up an incredible 41% since October. Shout out to my boy Ricky at All Sorts of Words. At number 9 this week, it's 2000 AD number 2. This rare and obscure oversized program boasts the first appearance of none other than Judge Dredd. Published in 1977 by Rebellion, written and drawn by Peter Harris and Mike McMahon, this issue also featured a sheet of Biotronic stickers meant to be affixed to one's skin to have the appearance of a cyborg. It makes the list this week at number 9 with a high-grade sale in a CGC 7.0, selling for $1,700, up 29% since 2023. At the 8th spot this week on the Real Hot 10 is Amazing Spider-Man number 184. But get this, the promotional giveaway copy included with the purchase of all laundry detergent. What? And even better, what makes this book ultra rare is if you can find it with a promo sticker still on the front cover. Want to talk about a ghost? I didn't even know about this book. It makes the Real Hot 10 this week with an amazing, no pun intended, sale in a CGC 3.5, selling for $700, up 8% since 2017. The CGC census reports only 4 copies in a 3.5 and only 35 copies graded higher. Where else are you going to get info like this besides the Real Hot 10? Coming in at number 7 this week is Daredevil number 170. If you can't go out and get Amazing Spider-Man number 50, the first appearance of the Kingpin, a book I call the trifecta, this may be your next best option. This issue features the first appearance of the Kingpin in a Daredevil title. This is also where we find out Kingpin's name, Wilson Fisk, another important and forgotten key very few ever mention. Published in 1981 by Marvel, and with Daredevil Born Again just hitting Disney Plus last week, it makes the list with an all-new high sale in a CGC 9.8, selling for $425, up 6% since October. Finally, we have some Silver Age on this list. At number 6 is Adventure Comics number 229. This issue features the first Silver Age appearances of Green Arrow and Aquaman. With the DCU set to kick off this summer with James Gunn's Superman and Golden Age first appearance prices on another stratosphere, collectors have been flocking to Silver Age first appearances. Batman 171, Batman 181, Showcase 22, etc., and this book is no exception. It makes the Real Hot 10 this week with an astounding sale in a CGC 7.0, selling for $570, up 20% since 2023. Back to the Golden Age at number 5 this week, it's Superman number 6. This issue actually features something historical when it comes to Superman comics. Within issue number 6 is the first time a splash page is utilized in the Superman title. This comic is also deemed to have a classic yellow cover with Superman in his iconic pose. Superman number 6 makes the list this week at number 4 with an all-new high sale in a CGC 4.0, selling for a whopping $3,800, up 15% since 2022. Making the list at number 4 this week is Dead World number 10. Published in 1988 by Caliber, many collectors believe this to be the first actual appearance of the Crow, with a preview appearance of the Crow on the back cover. It precedes the Crow's regarded first appearance, and Caliber presents number 1, another rare and obscure book that not many mention or talk about. It makes the hottest comic list of the week, which airs every Tuesday here on the channel, with a massive sale in a CGC 9.8, selling for $684, but up 21% since 2023. Our first pre-code horror comic makes the list this week at number 3. It is Haunting Thrills number 9. Published in 1953 by Farrell, this classic decapitation cover depicts what looks to be two ghouls mixing up some head soup. This rare and disturbing comic makes the list this week with an all-new high sale in a CGC 7.0, selling for $1,380, but up an incredible 176% since 2015. Holy Smokes Batman, at number 2 this week is Batman number 7. This Golden Age iconic cover by one of Batman's creators, Bob Kane, features this well-known and sought-after Bullseye cover. It makes the Real Hot 10 this week with an incredible sale in a 4.5, selling for $2,800, up 23% since 2021. I literally almost purchased this book raw last week at Elite Comics 11 Expo. And finally, at the top spot this week, numero uno, number 1, one of the most obscure things you're ever going to see on this list. It is Masters of the Universe, He-Man and the Power Sword. This mini comic was the first of 4 illustrated books printed and packaged with Masters of the Universe action figures. This book features the true first appearances of He-Man and Skeletor, although not in a standard comic. While not rare, to find a copy in a super high grade is nearly impossible, since most kids back in the 1980s, the height of civilization in my opinion, ripped the card and comic open to play with the iconic toy line. This piece of toy and comic history takes the number 1 spot this week with one of the most incredible sales I've ever covered here on the channel. Last week, a CGC 9.8 sold for a remarkable price, $5,000, with no previous data available. The CGC census reports 1 copy in a 9.8 and none higher. As one of the biggest Motu fans on the planet, all I gotta say is go check your old toy boxes. You may have just struck gold. So that's it for this week's Real Hot 10. Again, I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate this list. So many great keys that not a lot of people talk about. Yes, there are a few Golden Age books every week that go for crazy prices. But with that said, I think the real collector right now, people who are looking for books who have been in this game for a really long time, they know what they're looking to buy, and a lot of them are on this list. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, happy collecting, and I'll talk to you guys soon.